to explain the procedure or the process of our S.A.F.E, which is Self-Awareness, Family Education, Intervention, and Family Recovery Coaching Program. So it really breaks down into three pieces. There's the initial call and the setting up of the intervention, there's the intervention itself, and then there's the aftercare portion. That first part is extremely time consuming. That is where families struggle probably the most, and that is getting to a point of having everybody get on the same page with doing the intervention. And that often requires a group counseling conference call with all the the members that could possibly be attending. Once a family has decided that they're going to move forward with the intervention, they fill out the very simple yet necessary paperwork, and then we move into the assessment phase. And in that assessment phase, we do a complete assessment of the situation. We use clinical instruments such as ASAM criteria and DSM, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual published by the American Psychiatric Association. And we don't go through it line item by line item, but a lot of what we do is taken from that. And then we have to arrange the interventionist, because one of the number one predictors of outcome in treatment is the client-counselor relationship. So a lot of thought goes into who is going to be coming to your home. And then, of course, there's the treatment selection. And there's actually a video that I shot on why we recommend the treatment centers that we recommend. And you're probably also going to get that video. And if you don't, you can certainly request it, because families often have a lot of questions of why did you choose this facility. So once that facility is put in place, when our interventionist gets there, everything is done. They do not have to fumble with assessments. They do not have to fumble with the treatment. There's no discussion other than the intervention protocol. Now, certain things can arise at the intervention. They may observe certain things, and they may consult with the office. We've never had to have a treatment plan change as a result of that, and we're always going to be talking about that just in case that day does occur where it can. So we're still always assessing the situation even after the initial assessment is done. So once the interventionist arrives, and this is the part families fear the most, but yet this is the easiest part. I mean, it takes an entire team to help you set up the intervention and the clinical staffing to assign the interventionist and the treatment plan. And it requires the entire team in the third phase, which I'll get to. But the part families fear the most, the unknown outcome, the, oh my God, we're doing this and this is real, is the intervention. But I only send one person because that's all that's required. There doesn't require a team of people other than the interventionist in your family, which I do consider part of our team, because we're doing this together. Because we can't do this without you, and you can't do this without us. So the interventionist will spend that day meeting with your family, utilizing our S.A.F.E, the Self-Awareness Family Education Intervention Manual, not only preparing you for what's going to happen at the intervention, but setting the stage for the third phase, which again, I will get to very shortly. The next day, and also in this first day, we're going to put together our letters, which is the emotional appeal letter and the letters of boundaries and consequences, and we'll go over that when we're in person. We meet the next day face-to-face, and your loved one's either going to accept help or they're going to decline. And regardless of that outcome, you will, shortly after we leave, move into our family recovery coaching program to process the outcome. And if your loved one says no, we have a curriculum to handle that, with the goal of staying in front of your loved one as they continue to try to negotiate and plead their cases to why this was the dumbest thing you've ever done. If you would have just talked to them, they would have went, but because you did this, they're going, that's why they're not going. And all that's in the book too. So you're going to see every excuse possible that they're going to make. But remember, their excuses to not go to treatment are very minimal compared to the most excuses families make to not do this. But you're not there. You've moved past that. So we congratulate and commend you on actually going over the hurdle and into the finish line of addressing the problem. So once you're in that family recovery coaching, we're going to help you process what to say and what to do to channel your loved one who's refused help into that treatment center at some point by detachment with love, boundaries, and accountability. Now, keep in mind that part is difficult for families, and once you go through our curriculum, you'll understand my next comment. The most difficult part of this entire organization, even greater than getting you guys to do an intervention, is the families that unravel when their loved ones accept help and go to treatment. And there is a direct correlation between people who do better in treatment and families who get worse. Why? And it goes back to everything I've ever said on this website and everything it says in that book. When those family roles start to find their way home and that person with the substance use disorder or the mental disorder has been taken out of the equation and gone to a treatment center, families have no choice but to look at themselves. And that's why so many families are afraid to do this. But we're going to help you in the Family Recovery Coaching Program. This is the third phase. Because when your loved one's in treatment, you are going to start to get angry, and anger's fear. You're going to start to question things. You're going to start to come at us. You're going to start finding reasons why the treatment center is not doing their job. You're going to go back after you've already told us what an amazing person our interventionist is. You're going to now come back and tell us what a horrible person they were. Guys, it's okay. We get it. All of you will do it at some point. Very rarely does this not happen, but this is the best part. Families for the last 20 years, been doing this since S.A.F.E, have built this curriculum for us. We have taken all of the common denominators, the clinical data, and our experience and put it together so that we can best help you. Because this process is built for you because you've built it for us. These aren't family first interventionisms, these aren't Mike Laverty-isms, these are clinical back studies of your behavior and what happens before and during and after the intervention. So we're going to meet with you after we go through the assessment process and the treatment selection. The interventionist is going to talk with you guys and then meet with your loved one, and then we're going to move you into that family recovery coaching program so that not only can you get better, but your loved one has a chance of getting better too.